Toronto. Thank you for tuning into A Voice for All. I am your host, Jamila Gamble. I appreciate your support week after week, and thank you for your continued warm messages and support and tuning into the show. It really makes a difference in the Peel community. If you'd like to continue to be in touch with me, don't hesitate to tweet me or join the Jam Fam at facebook.com/Miss Jam Gamble, or you can tweet me at Miss Jam PCCS. On today's episode, I have forgotten my pom-poms. Apparently, I need my pom-poms because I have PCT Eternity here to tell us what they do. As you can see, Mia has her bow and her curls. She is ready to cheer. Heather and Mia, thank you so much for being on The Voice for All.
Thanks, Jamila. We're glad to be here.
So tell me how PCT came to be.
The gym actually started, we're in our 11th season, and there are 3 directors of the club that came out of Western University Cheerleading, and they decided to start their own private gym in Mississauga, and it's our 11th season. And this is the 3rd season for our special needs team, and we just wanted to do something that would give these children an opportunity to participate in a sport that we really love.
Now, is it typical for a cheerleading team to have a team for individuals who have disabilities?
I don't know that I would say it's typical. It's becoming more common. I was counting in Ontario. I think there was over 11 teams that I had seen recently. There's a team out in Cambridge. There's a few other teams in Mississauga and Toronto. So it's becoming more popular as teams are embracing the opportunity to work with these kids.
And good on Mississauga for having it for the past 3 years. So you brought one of your cheerleaders here with you, Mia, who's clearly so excited. I love it. And I'm sure if we had space, you would do some of your cartwheels, right?
Yes.
Yes. So what do you like being about a cheerleader?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing to do?
Can you tell Jamila what you like?
I like to do cartwheels.
You like to do cartwheels? So how does someone do a cartwheel? Because I really suck at doing cartwheels. Do I like start?
You have to put both feet up.
Both feet up?
Yes.
Like this?
No.
How do I get into like a stand?
No.
Can I just stand and smile instead?
No.
Can I just do this?
No.
Will I make the team if I just do
You
this?
absolutely could make it.
Awesome.
No
that's
problem.
that's all I need. How long have you been a cheerleader? Have you been a cheerleader for a long time or a short time?
Long time.
Mia's
long
been
time?
with us since the very beginning. This is her 3rd season with us.
Wow. And now how many people are on the team?
We have about 25 athletes on a regular basis, and they range in age between 8 up to, we've got some kids in their early 20s that are cheerleading with us. So there's a wide range of ages, but the athletes all work really, really well together, and we put together a pretty good show when we get out on the mat.
I bet with curls like this.
Absolutely.
So on the team, is it typically individuals who have autism, or do you have just a general wide spectrum of people?
We actually don't put any limitations on the types of disabilities that we're wanting to work with. We've got children that have autism, we've got cerebral palsy, we've got Downs, we've got Asperger's, we've got just developmentally delayed children on the team. So we try and just make it open to anybody that's willing and wanting to come and have a cheerleading experience.
That is fantastic. I love the fact that there's no limitations, because really, I'm sure there's people wondering like how, you know, an individual with disabilities could be a cheerleader. That ignorance is out there. But the mere fact that you guys don't close your door on anybody and welcome everyone, that's amazing.
Yeah, we try and let them have an experience just like all of our teams in the gym. We have a lot of athlete helpers. I think there's about 7 athlete helpers and 3 parent helpers, and those that are able to do and follow on their own do.
Great.
And those that might need a little bit more help, either hearing impaired or just need some help staying focused on where they need to be, we make that available for them as well.
Now, do you guys thrive on volunteers as well?
Absolutely. We couldn't put the team on the mat without the volunteers, particularly with 25 athletes. It's a big group, right?
So you have, as you're saying, a combination of staff and volunteers.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so again, this is an appeal that I usually do on the show. If you are a volunteer within the Peel region and you are looking for an organization to support, like in the past we've promoted Special Olympics, this is another group. If you have cheer expertise, I do not have cheer expertise, but I could try. This is a really good opportunity for you guys to get involved with PCT because you guys need volunteers. So show me, Mia, can you show me like one of the cheers you do, or like something with your arms?
Can you do a cobra? Want me to do it with you?
Yes.
Okay, ready? Strike a cobra?
Yes.
Let's go. This is our cobra.
And do we like finish with a or something?
No, no snakes.
No snakes? Do we like wiggle?
No.
No wiggling. We're pretty static with that cobra.
Oh, look at the pose here though.
Oh, you're going to do that one?
So what's this one about?
How do we finish our dance? Remember? Where does that arm go? There you go.
And do I have to do that with like a big smile too?
We
like
try and get lots of smiles. And look at the back of the room, right?
at the back. So how does PCT thrive financially? Is it on donations? Is it fundraising?
So the cost for the athletes to participate on the team, there are no costs for these athletes to have their time in the gym. This is something that the directors have chosen to do as a way of giving back to the community. We do ask for the cost for the uniforms and a t-shirt to be paid for by the athletes. And we run a tumbling program as well that gives children that might not want a full cheerleading experience the opportunity to learn to do those cartwheels or front rolls and things, and there's a monetary cost for that as well.
That's fantastic. Now, in terms of competitions, do you guys compete locally or do you travel?
Yeah, we travel a little bit. The nationals, Canadian nationals, are in Niagara Falls, so that's a little far, but that's as far as we go. We try to keep it to local opportunities here for the kids. So there's Jam Fest in Brampton coming up in, I believe it's in January. We're going to Cheer for the Cure this Saturday, which is at the International Center. So if anybody's interested, that would be a good one to go out and watch. And we stay pretty local for this to try and keep the cost down.
And so what's future plans for PCT? Like, where do you guys see yourself going?
Well, you know, we've grown from about 14 athletes to 25, so we're going through some growing pains this year, just dealing with a larger volume of athletes and a higher degree of issues and challenges that the athletes have. So we really want to just stabilize this team, get a really good, strong cheer team on the mat, and you know, we'll see what the future brings. We're open to growing and just keeping the doors open for them.
So I could clearly see how Mia is excited about being one of the Cobras. Tell me how the team spirit is. Like, how do they feel about being cheerleaders?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's the highlight of my week to be with these kids because they come off the floor, whether they've done well, not done well, nothing seems to matter except being on the floor, participating in that sport, and they really get an opportunity to behave as a team. I find a lot of the athletes, it's individual focus, individual learning programs and individual issues and classes, a lot of individual work, and this is a real team environment where they learn to depend on each other and rely on each other and work and behave in a group environment. So it's just a different setting than I think most of them are used to.
So it's like they're learning the social skills that they may be taught, say, at school or any day programs, and they're really putting it to use.
Absolutely.
So yes, they're having fun, but they're learning
they are.
at the same time.
And with the age ranges, a lot of the older athletes get an opportunity to be a leader, helping the little ones along as well, and that's a really great opportunity.
So maybe that'll be you in the future, right, Mia? Are you going to be a leader when you're much older?
Yes.
Yes. So can you teach me one of your cheers? Because I feel like I'm a Cobra now. Like, I know how to do this, and there's that thing.
How about want to do our chant?
Yes.
Okay, will you do it with me?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want me to say it and you and Jamila copy?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe in you.
I believe in you.
I believe in me.
I believe in you. Hey, you do it with me.
I believe in PCT.
I believe in PCT.
Now here's the hard part. To eternity. Hello, where's your hand?
To eternity
and beyond.
Spear fingers?
Spear fingers. Spear fingers.
Do you see this? When all fails, spirit fingers. When all fails.
You're on.
So you're doing this cheer that obviously motivates others, but the words that they're saying is really like empowering for themselves, right?
It's one of the reasons that the directors chose this name for the group. So, and this is our second year with the name. We've typically changed team names year after year with a theme for the gym, and this one's kind of stuck for us. So I'm hoping we'll hang on to it for a while.
I think you should. Mia, okay, show me just one more time. Let's do this part one more time. Come on.
The eternity
And spirit fingers.
Where's your spirit finger?
Come on, Mia. Give me the spirit.
There we go.
Give me the spirit. Again, you can see that this is a program that needs to continue to be in our community because it goes beyond cheerleading. You know, when we watch movies and we see these cheerleading movies and it's all about ego and popularity, this is not the case with PCT. This is about growth and development and unity and family and pride. There's so much more than what you see in the media. So again, I'm encouraging you, if you are looking to be a volunteer, if you're looking for an organization to support, maybe you have pom-poms, maybe you have tassels or batons or whatever they use, those type of things, and you know it could be used for PCT, you know where to find them. Their information's at the bottom of the screen. I will mention it at the end of the show. But I'm so glad that I came across PCT because you know how I found them? Through you guys. I had no clue who PCT was before. I think I might have to come out to one of your cheers and to practice my spirit fingers. But really, what they said, and I believe in you, you believe in me, this is what we need to do within our community. So we need to, as I say every week, stop doubting what people with disabilities are capable of doing, because they are capable of doing so much. They are capable of being cheerleaders, leaders, performers, so much, really so much. And can I please have your bow, Mia? Can I wear it?
No.
Why can't I wear your bow?
I can get you another one. Just with the sparkle.
I hope so. So after the break, we're going to have way more awesome guests. Join me in thanking PCT. Again, let's do our Cobras. And you know how to find me. You could tweet me, Jam Fam. I will be doing a follow-up story on PCT for you guys to continue to learn more about them. I'm sure this is not the only time we're going to see PCT. They will be back on the show again. And please connect with them. If you have a child who you know has a little spirit finger in their hands, reach out to PCT. They'll be an awesome guest. A Voice for All is not done yet. I will see you guys after the break. Yes, spirit fingers. Good. Good. No, you can't have my bow. Don't forget to join the Jam Fam at www.facebook.com/Miss Jamble, Miss Jam Gamble, sorry. And don't forget, please make sure your businesses are accessible. Voice for All. I'm your host, Jamila Gamble. If you just tune in, we just have PCT, but now we're on to a local voice. Ann Coughlan, who is our community advocate, warrior mom to the extreme, supreme. You are everything.
I try.
You try. You try. So thank you for coming on to A Voice for All. I forgot to add your second last name, Coughlan Green.
Yes.
Got it in now. So you are a warrior mom. Why are you a warrior mom?
Why not?
Show's done. I don't have to I don't have to ask you anything else. But what made you, what turned you into a warrior mom?
I would have to say the mom need to do everything I possibly could for my children.
Now tell us about your children.
I have two, Daniel, who's 16.
Hi, Daniel.
And my daughter, Emily, who's 14.
Hi, Emily.
And, oh, I do have a stepdaughter, Marina. She's 21.
Hi, Marina.
So my son, Daniel, was diagnosed with autism when he was 18 months, severe nonverbal. Now I can't shut him up.
Funny how things change, right?
Yes, yes.
And that goes to what doctors tell parents when, you know, they first get this news. Your child won't be able to do this, your child won't be able to do that, and now look at who's talking.
I cried for 3 days. And then I said, okay, that was enough. Time to move on.
Right.
And I haven't stopped.
You haven't stopped. Which brought you on to?
My daughter,
Right.
who was diagnosed with a lesser form of autism, PDD.
And for those of you who don't know what PDD is, PDD-NOS is pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified. Mouthful.
Yes. And after that, it was attention deficit hyperactivity. Well, I knew all about the hyperactivity before they even told me.
You can feel it.
Yeah, oh yeah. And 2 years ago, before we prepare for high school, they said she does have a learning delay. So I knew when she couldn't spell completely when she was in the younger grades that there was something extra happening. I just had confirmation then.
Right.
So
But it didn't stop you from believing in her,
No.
though.
no.
No. So how has the journey of being a mom to 2 children with ASD, because for some parents it's so hard when they get the diagnosis just for the one child they have, but you were told twice. How did you find yourself the second time around dealing with it?
I was ready. I had terrific support from the Peel Infant Development when I had my daughter.
Okay.
They were there right from day one and compared the notes, made sure that anything that she was not meeting her scale, we made sure we checked it out, which was fantastic, because as soon as she hit age 3 and she was having trouble with her words and that kind of thing, they were right in there. We had her at speech and language right
Good.
away,
Good.
which helped prepare for kindergarten and grade 1 and so on. So
The benefits of early intervention.
yes.
So when you and I were talking previous to you being on the show, we focused on the fact that yes, we have to pay attention to the children and we have to, you know, make sure that everything is right and awareness. But there's another group that's often ignored, and that is moms and the mental health of moms who have children who are on the spectrum or may have a type of disability. What was your story like when you were in those early years of your children?
I'd have to say the strain of having 2 children really put a strain on my marriage. And unfortunately that was the case with ours.
Right.
We had great therapy, the community supports that were available. You know, it's a lot of strain on you as a mom, as a person, to provide all you can. But we also have to remember we can't be the best mom we can without taking care of ourselves. And I forgot that along the way in the early years. And so I tried to work more towards getting out, taking a few minutes. If that meant my child sat in front of Barney for another hour while I took a me time, then that's what happened. I knew that I was going to be a better mom after that time for me than I would if I hadn't taken that time.
And I've always said that, you know, to parents, you have to take some time for you, because if you are not right, the home's not right and your child's not right. So yes, you have to be a little bit selfish and have you time. And it's great that you recognize that, because unfortunately, as you've heard in the media, there have been some moms who did not realize that. And, you know, unfortunately did, you know, took a turn for the worse for themselves and their child.
It really makes me sad when I hear that some parents feel that that was their only choice. When I have experienced the complete opposite and knew there had to be someone to be able to help me through what I was dealing with and help me learn to cope when I did have a hiccup. And that's what I try to do with parents that I meet every day.
So staying on the topic of parents, unfortunately, you know, I've had guests on the show who were told from the doctor, not only do you have a child with ASD, but you're going to get divorced. And then we're left with moms who have, you know, in your situation, for example, who have gotten divorced, who said to themselves, well, this is it. I'm done. No one's ever going to want to be with me, especially with a child with autism. Was that the case for you, Ann?
I have to agree. For years, I had wonderful friends who would say, you know, one day you're going to meet the man who's just going to take everything you are and your children and sweep you off your feet. While as positive as I tried to stay, I knew that the struggles that I had gone through over the years, I didn't think I would find somebody who would take me on top of my children and accept them. But I was very blessed to actually find someone of that character. And we've been married for over a year now.
That's amazing.
So,
and the reason why I bring that up is because, like I mentioned before, too many times I've heard moms say, you know, I'm not going to find anybody. I've been told that I won't find anyone who's going to want you know, my load over here, you know, especially a load who has a disability. And really, I want moms to get that thought out of their head. And if you don't find someone who is willing to understand your whole situation, then you know what, sometimes you're kind of better off on your own rather than being with somebody who's gonna, you know, totally misunderstand that. So I'm glad to hear that you made a turnaround. Tell me what you do with parents in the community.
I'm part of a parent volunteer organization called Autism Ontario. We have a Peel chapter, and we're all parents who want the most for our children and then some. And so together we all volunteer to spread the word. We try and put together various activities for all ages to make them feel they're just the same as everybody else.
Fantastic.
They just look at things differently.
And that's so important, that there is a group not only for the children, but for the parents. And that's one thing I have so much respect for when it comes to Autism Ontario, the Peel chapter, that they do focus on family, because it's not just one person in this story. It's really a group of people who need equal amount of attention and support. That is fantastic.
We have had over, I think, 300 families at one of our movie mornings. We had over more than that with our Halloween. We did Downey Farms. It's nice to be able to do these activities with your children and know that if somebody's having a bad day because a cup got knocked over at the table, the other parents just look and say, yep, been there, not a problem.
Right.
Keep on going, we're all here.
So you guys could identify with one another and there's no judgments.
Nothing.
It's just understanding.
Yes.
And that's a part of healing.
It is.
Too, right? So Anne mentioned Autism Ontario, the Peel chapter. Great resource, not only for your child who may have ASD, but also for the family. There's the sibling program. They have their movie nights, and for those of you who are not familiar with what the movie nights are about, it's basically you having the chance to go to the movies with your family and not be with the general public. You know, they dim the lights, they, I think they lower the sound as well, and you're with other people who understand what's going on. So this is what I love to hear that's happening in our community. And I love the fact that you gave yourself the title of being a warrior mom. If you want to continue to connect with Anne, she is an avid member of the Jam Fam on Facebook. You can connect with her there, see what resources she has, because I'm not the only person who has resources. Anne has resources, so be sure to join the Jam Fam. You can find her on Twitter. I will be doing a follow-up on the Jam Fam page so you can know more about what Anne, aka Warrior Mom, does. And this will not be the only time we'll be seeing Anne. Her children are hopefully going to be joining us on the next season of Voice for All. And thank you so much for being a Warrior Mom.
Thank you.
And thank you for tuning into Voice for All. I will catch you guys next week. Have a pleasant one. And don't forget to join the Jam Fam at facebook.com/Miss Jam Gamble. And you can email me at missjams.pcss@gmail.com.